Hi everyone, welcome back to my hopefully soon to be tiny homestead in the forest, or at least the foundations of it. This is how big it's gonna be. So it is 6.5 by 5.5 meters, so approximately twice as big as the old house. But it will get some extra buildings on it as well, because I will have like a greenhouse on this side, and then in the back end I will have like a storage room, a cold room for vegetables and tools and such. So it will be a little bit bigger, and then there will actually also be a porch on this side under the roof. But I will give you like a small tour in the house at a later point, maybe when I've made the floor, then I can explain where everything is going. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I measured everything up and made the foundations. So this is a ground screw foundation, and it's pretty sustainable because you don't have to put concrete in the soil. So you don't pollute the soil in that way. And then I just like last time, I started by making a long line, and then I measured up the two first corners. That was pretty easy because that was just the distance that I wanted. And then I needed to find the two other corners, obviously, but to do that I needed to find the diagonal. And to do that I just took the square root of the long side multiplied by itself plus the short side multiplied by itself, and then I found the diagonal. And then to find the other corner I needed to match up the diagonal with the short side of the house, and where those two lines met I had my other corner, and then I just flipped it around and did the same thing to find the other corner. So that was actually pretty easy. It took me less than an hour to find the four corners, and when I've done that I could easily just measure up where I wanted to put in the screws. And there are no exact rules in terms of the distance between the screws, because it depends on how long the screws are and the soil and everything. But in this case it is only sandy soil. It's actually not soil, it's just sand. And the screws for the outer walls and for the gables, they are 1.4 meters long. And then the screws for the floor inside of the house, they are only 1 meter long. It took me a little over a day to put in all 20 screws, and it was quite heavy work because the machine is like 30 kilos and you need to lift it up on top of the screws. But eventually I managed to do it, and now I'm pretty satisfied with the result, because now I'm actually ready to build the floor, or at least the framing for the floor, and then I will raise the walls directly on top of the framing of the floor. So that is what I will be doing today. So I'm just having a small break because I needed to get some rest and get some sugar, and also celebrate that this is actually the first day of snow. So winter has officially arrived in Denmark now. And now I'm drinking this Christmas wine, which is a mix of juice and some red wine and also some Christmas spices. And these, I don't know what to call it in English, but these strange Christmas buns with some homemade jam that I made in the autumn. But I just wanted to explain what it is that I'm doing right now, because as you can see, I'm building the floor now of the house, and it is resting on the ground screws. And I got a little delayed today because I wanted to fix the frame, because the diagonals weren't totally precise, because one of the diagonals were off by 1.5 centimeters. So I needed to fix that so it was exactly the same, and it took me a little hour to do so. But now it's totally square, the frame, and so I could start building the rest of the floor. And each of these beams, they are placed by 60 centimeters, because then it fits with the insulation. When I need to put it in, it will just go in and be a perfect fit. And then it is 200 millimeters thick, so this will be the thickness of my floor, plus the planks that will go on top of it. And right now I'm just stabilizing the frame, as you can see here, and also to create some points where the ground screws inside of the frame, where the floor can rest on those. So that's what I'm doing right now, but also just to stabilize the frame, because it's so long. So I needed to get it a bit more rigid. So the goal is that I want to have this deck done today or maybe tomorrow, because I have some other plans for the rest of the week, and then I will be ready for building the walls next week. But anyways, I better get back to work because I don't have that much sunlight left today.